So today we are ranking rabbit pages today because obviously it's still Easter even though it's Easter Monday today. I would have done it yesterday but I thought let's just leave it a little bit a day later or something like that, so at least I got a chance to do it, you know. Well, there's only like, 21 of them, so I'm not including the 2.0 Village Sasha in this one because if I do then it gets a bit, hectic, and plus it might take me a while to rank them all, but there's got to be another solution to this because if there's a few that I can't rank out of 10, then we might have to do something else around it. Let's see how it goes, shall we? So our first villager is Bonbon, who's a Perry villager. Well, the thing is, I have doubts that there'll be so many Perry villagers in this species because there's so many of them, and it's kind of a bit, this is going to be a hard one for me to rank. But again, her design's very iconic because it looks like a regular sort of rabbit that you want in particular. And plus, I've not seen her on Everybody's Islands, but I wonder if there's a lot of Bonbon fans out there because I like how her name Bonbon, I don't know what it sort of symbolises, but I like her name very much. But her designs works together a lot, and plus, she'll probably get a high from me, but I'm not going to say 9 out of 10 straight away. I'm going to give her 8 out of 10. Well, the reason is I don't want to give them all 9 out of 10s today because it's going to be a bit of a a boo-boo having so many 9 out of 10s in my rankings today, so that's why I went with Bonbon, for example. So let's get into the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Bunny, who's a Perry villager. Well, the thing is, every time I sort of see her, a lot of the time, she's on Animal Crossing merchandise. Sometimes you see her a lot and you feel like, wow, she's so iconic. Well, she is an iconic villager, by the way. I don't know why, but she's not in the Animal Crossing portal.com for some reason. She's not even tier 1. I think she should be mentioned in there because her design's very fitting, it's very iconic, and you just think to yourself, yeah, she should have been tier 1. Well, she's not at the moment, unfortunately, but again, Bunny's kind of popular, isn't she, these days? I know a lot of fans do love her, so what I'll probably recommend is giving her a 9 out of 10 if you want her to be the highest one. Or if you guys aren't a big fan of Bunny in particular, you could always go low if you want her, but I'm going to go with 9 out of 10 for her today. So let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Carmen, who's a Perry villager. Well, the problem is that I can't believe it, and now a Perry villager in a row. This is what I mean, there's so many Perry villagers, it's going to be really hard for me to rank because of the designs. All the designs are pretty good, aren't they? And they're very stand out. Well, Carmen's design's very good though because it reminds me of a chocolate bar because of her design and that stuff. And plus, when you go on Hangman Paradise, for example, she'll ask you to make a sort of chocolate themed sort of house, associated with chocolate, you know what I mean? That's what makes me feel like Carmen's definitely one of the best Animal Crossing villagers that you could ever meet. Although I've not seen her before either, so I've got not much opinion on her on that sort of front. But at the same time, what am I going to give her? This is what I mean. When you get so many Perry villagers in one species of rabbits, for example, it's kind of hard to rank them because of their designs. All of them are very spotless and all that stuff, but how am I supposed to rank Carmen here? Well, I'm probably going to give her a 7, but I don't want to give her a 7. I feel like she should get a 9, but it's kind of hard for me to rank them all because all the designs are very fitting, they're all very good and that stuff, but sometimes it gets too much, doesn't it, when it comes to all the designs you've got to look at. It's kind of hard for you to think to yourself, what should I rank them? It's going to be kind of hard, you know what I mean? That sometimes happens to me a lot. So let's get to the next one, shall we? Hopefully it's not now a Perry villager, that's all. So our next one is Chrissy, who's now a Perry villager. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of things I can say about Chrissy. One thing, she's got a sister, so you might find out who she might be in the video soon enough, but also, she's also on the front cover of Bubble and KK, and I think that's one of her favourite songs as well, even though she wrote it herself. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that make these Perry villagers very iconic these days, and I don't know why, but there's so many of them in this little species of rabbits. It's very hard for me to rank again. Well, I should take a risk on this one, shouldn't I? Well, maybe she should get another 9 out of 10. I mean, it's done it twice, but at least didn't do it more than once this time. Because her design's I like how all the spots are incorporated into her sort of colour scheme as well. Because you got little spots on her eyes, little white spots in her whole colour scheme. Well, she could also be like a fairy core Virgil if you're looking for a fairy core Virgil like her, for example. But I like how she's got like a polka dot sort of like little outfit as well to go with the whole theme. That's why it all stands out together. So there's a lot of good things about Chrissy that you might like to have if you want her on your island. But let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Claude, who's a lazy Virgil. Well, the problem is, I know none of you are not a big fan of Claude in particular because of the way he sort of looks, but for me, he looks pretty laid back to me a little bit, and plus I like how he's got the Charlie Brown sort of hair little style symbol on him, on his like little bit of his forehead over there as well. So the thing is, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to rank Claude in particular. It's going to be another hard one, but to be on the safe side, I might give him a 5 out of 10 because he might not look the best fitted like sort of Virgil in particular, but again, if you guys don't like him either, then you might, that's why I recommend giving him like a lower than 5, I would say, because he might not be like the best sort of rabbit Virgil that you want in particular, but for me, I know that he designs a little bit off-putting for you all, so that's why I went with 5 out of 10 just for like a little safe spot for him, because he might look alright, but he might not look on the other side, so that's why I gave him a 5 out of 10 in the first place. So let's get in the next one, shall. So our next Virgil is Coco, who's a normal Virgil. Well, the thing is, her design's very very cool, doesn't it? It looks like she's a bit like a coconut, but even though she's actually a gyroid, she's sort of assembled a gyroid, so that makes her stand out very well as well. The design looks different, but if you guys aren't a big fan of Coco in particular, you can always rank her low if you want. I don't mind, to be honest, but for me, I'm not sure what I'm going to probably rank her, but I'm thinking maybe a 6 out of 10. Although I'm still thinking to myself that maybe 6 out of 10 might suit her better, because one thing, she might look a bit creepy because of her design a little bit, and at the same time I feel like she needs more fans out there for Coco, so that's why I'm giving her a 6 out of 10, so that'll probably suit her a bit better. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Cole, who's a lazy Virgil. The problem is that his design's a bit off-putting, and plus it must sort of draw you guys away from having him on your runs. And I do agree with you. They sort of executed the design a little bit in the wrong direction, which is not pretty good, is it, at all? And plus he doesn't look friendly in the face either, so it puts me in the same pursuit, thinking let's give him a 1 out of 10 today, because if his design looks more improved and makes him look more friendly towards you, then it makes you feel like, yeah, I should have him on my island. But if the way it's sort of the way his design's been executed that makes me feel like, yeah, it's gone in the wrong direction. It's not going in the right direction. So it probably puts me in that sort of pursuit, going for 1 out of 10. So let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Doc, who's a lazy Virgil. Well, funny enough, I do have him on my island on Sunflower, and he's very funny indeed, because sometimes, his glasses, well, he accidentally replaces them with bigger glasses, which makes him look kind of funny sometimes. So it sort of draws me in thinking to myself, well, Doc, he can be a kid core Virgil, or it could be in any core if you guys want him in that sort of core or something like that. But for me, it would have to be a 10 out of 10 because his design's very incorporated. It's very mixed together, and plus it gives you kid core vibe straight away, and plus he's kind of cute as well, to be honest. That's what I probably would say on that sort of house. Let's get to the next one, shall we? Our next Virgil is Dottie, who's a pay Virgil. Well, the thing is, she sort of resembles a Dutch rabbit, so I like how the design's incorporated for that. And plus she's kind of a little sweetheart. I know some of you do like Dottie and you wish she was going to be high in tears because of her design, because it's pretty fitting, isn't it? But sometimes some of you might get drawn away by her, because sometimes her eyes go a bit red. For some reason I sort of discovered it. I thought, no, Dottie, you haven't got an evil side to you, have you, a little bit? But I think she has, but you don't see it sometimes. Maybe when she gets shot you would see it sometimes, but again, I feel like I need to give her a high, but I'm not going to say 9 out of 10. Probably this time I'm going to give her an 8, because her design's very incorporated, and plus it's very sort of fitting to everyone who has a lot of fans around Dottie. And plus I don't think I've had her on my island either, so I'm still thinking if I do get on my island at some point, then we'll see what how she's going to react to my island. Who knows? But let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next Virgil is Francine, who's a snooty Virgil. Well, the thing is, I'm not sure I'm probably going to sort of give her in particular, because one thing, she's got a sister like Chrissy, and They both look kind of similar. They both look like twin sisters in particular, but I don't know what I'm going to give Francine in particular, but I think I might have to go with a 7 out of 10. Only because I couldn't think of anything else, because I don't know what I'm going to probably give her in particular, so that's why I went with, like, 7 out of 10 for a definite. So let's get to the next one. But unfortunately, I only managed to, rank 10 of the rabbits, but we've still got, a few to go. I think we've got, 20 to go still, so once we get to, 20 of them, that'll be soon enough. But at the moment, since I had the technical issues, that means this will be, part 1 of, ranking rabbit villages, that means, and then there'll be a part 2 coming out tomorrow, so hope you guys sort of enjoy it, okay? Make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you're new to my channel and see more of my content, please subscribe, because the variety of content you might enjoy might include Animal Crossing content or Miitopia content. It sort of depends on the both of them, to be honest, because at the moment I'm still doing Animal Crossing content until I feel a bit burnt out. But I'm not burnt at the moment, but unfortunately my Mimo cards have not turned up yet. So whenever I do another Mimo card reveal, I'll let you guys know in the future, okay? And also turn notifications for further Animal Crossing Miitopia content from me. That's what I'll say. Apart from Animal Crossing, I'll see you next one. So bye.